The transport shuttle rattled as it climbed through the Appalachian atmosphere, carrying Brett and Hannah toward a future neither had dared imagine. Brett pressed his forehead against the scratched porthole, watching the settlement camps fade. Below those sprawling collections of prefab shelters where hybrid children like them had spent their entire lives. "Stop fidgeting," Hannah whispered, though her own hands trembled in her lap. At 15, she was 2 years older than Brett, and she'd appointed herself his protector the day their human mother had died in the labor camps. That was 7 years ago. Brett's violet eyes, a gift from their Valkyrie father, whoever he was, reflected the clouds outside. "Do you think it's real, the house?" Hannah didn't answer. The legal notice had seemed too good to be true. Their grandmother, a Valkyrie elder, named Thesa, whom they'd never met, had died and left them property. A house, an actual house, not a shelter number or a bunk assignment. The shuttle pilot, a grizzled human with cybernetic implants, glanced back. "Mountain house coming up. You kids sure about this? It's pretty isolated up there." "We're sure," Hannah said firmly. The house materialized through the mist like something from a dream. It was built in the old Valkyrie-style organic curves that seemed to grow from the mountain itself. Walls that shimmered with faint bioluminescence even in daylight. Round, Earth's trees pressed close, their branches heavy with Spanish moss. The shuttle departed with a roar, leaving Brett and Hannah standing before the entrance with nothing but a data chip containing the property codes and the clothes on their backs. Brett waved his hand over the biolock. Nothing happened. "Here," Hannah said, pressing her palm against it. The door dissolved into particles of light, then reformed behind them as they stepped inside. The interior took Brett's breath away. Where he'd expected poverty, his grandmother had been listed as a camp laborer. After all, he found beauty. The walls pulsed with soft colors, responding to their presence. Furniture grew from the floor in graceful sweeps, but everything was covered in dust. Untouched for months, she lived here alone, Hannah murmured, running her finger along a shelf. "Why didn't she ever contact us?" Brett wandered deeper into the house, drawn by something he couldn't name. The human part of his brain cataloged rooms, kitchen, bathroom, bedrooms, but his Valkyrie senses felt something else, a thrumming beneath the floor, a vibration that called to the alien in his blood. "Hannah," he called, "there's a door here that won't open." She joined him in what appeared to be a meditation room. The door was seamless, part of the wall itself, but Brett could trace its outline with his fingertips. "Maybe it's locked," Hannah suggested. "Or maybe it needs both of us." They pressed their hands against the door together. For a moment, nothing. Then the wall began to glow, brighter and brighter, until they had to shield their eyes. When the light faded, the door had opened onto a stairway leading down into the mountain. The chamber below defied belief. Banks of Valkyrie technology hummed with power, their displays showing star charts, genetic sequences, and data streams Brett couldn't begin to understand. But at the center of it all stood a hollow crystal, and when Hannah approached it, their grandmother's image flickered to life. Thesa had been beautiful once, even in this recording, made near the end of her life. Her violet eyes held depths of knowledge and sorrow. "My children," the image said, and both Brett and Hannah felt tears sting their eyes at the word. "If you are seeing this, I am gone, and you have found your inheritance. Not the house, though that is yours, not the land. But this," she gestured at the technology surrounding her, "this is humanity's future and yours." The recording continued, and with each word, Brett and Hannah's understanding of their world shifted. Thesa had been no camp laborer. She had been a scientist, one of the Valkyrie's greatest, who had defected to Earth when she discovered what her people planned. The hybrid's children, like Brett and Hannah, created when Valkyrie and humans fell. In love, or when the occupying forces took what they wanted, weren't accidents. They were deliberate, an experiment. The Valkyrie believed hybrids would be weak. Thesa's image explained, "The worst of both species. But I knew better. I studied you in secret. Hundreds of children across the camps, and what I found terrified my people and filled me with hope." She smiled then, and it transformed her face. "You are not weak. You are superior. The human capacity for adaptation, for emotional resilience, for creative problem-solving combined with Valkyrie longevity. enhanced cognition, and our natural affinity for technology. You are what both our species could become, should become, the image gestured to the equipment. This facility contains genetic templates, educational programs, and technology decades ahead of what either species publicly possesses. I have spent my life preparing this for you for all hybrids. The humans fear you because you remind them of their oppression. The Valkyrie fear you because you prove them wrong. Thesa's expression grew serious. But you are children no longer. You are the future. This house, this mountain, can be a sanctuary, a place where hybrids can learn what they truly are, where they can prepare. Prepare for what? Brett whispered, though the recording couldn't hear him. As if in answer, the star charts behind Thesa shifted, showing Earth and the Valkyrie homeworld and a third location between them. The Valkyrie Empire is fracturing, Thesa continued. Within a generation, there will be war. Earth will have to fight for its freedom, and when that day comes, humanity will need every advantage. They will need you. The recording ended, but the equipment remained active, waiting. Screens scrolled through databases of hybrid children across the planet. Thousands of them, alone, afraid, powerful beyond imagining. Hannah and Brett stood in silence, the weight of their grandmother's legacy settling on their shoulders. They had come here homeless orphans, expecting nothing more than shelter. They had found a purpose. We can't do this alone, Hannah finally said. Brett nodded, his violet eyes reflecting the glow of the screens. Then we find the others, outside. The mountain mist swirled around the house that was no longer just a home, but a beginning. In the valleys below, humanity and Valkyrie alike continued their uneasy coexistence, unaware that in this hidden place, the future was awakening. Two hybrid children, once homeless and forgotten, stood in their grandmother's secret chamber and began to plan. They would find the others, they would learn, they would prepare, and when the time came, they would show to galaxies what it meant to be human and something more.